Okay, so the dust is finally settled on UFC 329, and we've had a couple days to sit and digest everything. So now it's time to play matchmaker. Now let's see what some of the big players should have going forward. Let's start with Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson was the one I went back and forth on a lot because heavyweight is paper thin right now. So you could make all the justifications in the world to immediately throw him into the deep end and give him someone in the top 15, maybe even the top 10. But I don't see that happening. The UFC is very high on him, and rightly so. And he could be the face of the heavyweight division. I think they're going to take it slow with him. I think he fights another Can next. Because the last thing they want is their big-time superstar that they think is going to be the savior of the heavyweight division to take a loss. I think they're going to treat him the way they've treated Bo Nichols so far and just slowly bring him along. Robert Whittaker, with his first win at light heavyweight, with him being already an established former world champion, I think you put him with someone like a Volkan Oezdemir next. Volkan Oezdemir is ranked, I think, number 8. So, two of them together, I think that makes sense for where Rob is at right now at the time. Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval has set himself up real nice to potentially challenge the winner of Van versus Pantoja, because, come on, you have to give Pantoja the immediate rematch. But Royval with a great fight, big-time upset in my opinion. Yeah, he set himself very, very nicely for a title shot. Now we get to the big ones. And these were tough. Paddy Pimblett. He doesn't get a title shot next. He is one of my favorite fighters, but he doesn't. He himself has even said he knows he needs one more win. And if Ali Abdelaziz is to be believed, Justin Gaethje's next title fight will be, quote, against someone he hasn't fought before, which all signs point to Arman Tsarukyan. So if operating under the assumption that it's Gaethje versus Arman next, this is where it makes sense to do Paddy versus Ilya. If Ilya can't make featherweight anymore, as the rumor's been, and he's going to stick around at lightweight, this is the fight that you do, because I don't think you can give Ilya an immediate rematch after what happened in the Gaethje fight. So I think this fight makes sense for both guys, and whoever wins that one will be set up very, very nicely to challenge for the title. Now, Max Holloway. Max Holloway is in a very, 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 very weird spot. His stock didn't go down after this fight, but it didn't really go up either. Again, he's in another position like Paddy where you can't justify a title shot after what we saw, what just happened. So where does that leave Max going forward? Now, there were a couple options that I was playing out in my mind. Maybe does he rematch Oliveira? Could he? Sure. But after the way their last fight went, does anyone really want to see that again? Could he fight BSD? Sure. But after the fight BSD just had with Paddy, is anyone interested in seeing that fight? The one that I think is likely, and I don't think it's one that anyone's anticipated, Mateusz Gamrot. I think that's who will be next. Because I know Gamrot's got a fight booked, but in my opinion, he's quite likely to win it. So after that, Gamrot is always in and around the top 5, and Max has shown in the past from his time at featherweight that he is willing to fight guys who are in that range, who are below him in the rankings to stay active. So, could be BSD, could be Oliveira, but I think more than likely Mateusz Gamrot. Write it down. I could see it happening, and that'd be a fight that'd be very stylistically interesting. And now the big one, Conor McGregor. Where do we go from here? It's retiring time. Yeah. If I'm Conor McGregor or someone who has his ear, someone who cares for him, I would tell him not to fight anymore. I would tell him to pack it in, because He's already had so much damage to his legs. He tore the ACL in the first fight against Max. Partially tore it in the lead up to the Chad Mendes fight. Then 5 years off with a broken leg. Forgot about the me foot was a balloon against Khabib, the broken foot there. And now he's done it again. At 37 years old, best case scenario, you're around 38, 39 when you return. I don't see it. Again, is anybody seriously wanting to see Conor McGregor fight again? Like, we'll tune into the press conference, we'll see the trash talk, it'll get views, but is anyone seriously prepared to part with their money to watch Conor McGregor fight again? I don't think so. I think we have seen the peak of Conor McGregor's drawing power, and it's only down from here. But operating under the assumption that he is going to return and he does need a fight, this is where you do the Michael Chandler fight. This is where the Michael Chandler fight makes sense, because you have someone who, like Conor McGregor, will be significantly older at that point in time, and it's somebody who conceivably he could beat. And it pains me to say this, because I am a huge fan of Michael Chandler, but the reality is his UFC run has not been good. And I think it's because he came to the UFC after his prime was over. He spent all of his good years in Bellator. And if he had come to the UFC, like, say, right around the time Eddie Alvarez did, who knows? Who knows how much differently Michael Chandler's career and his UFC run turns out. But we don't live in that world. And I feel like the UFC has very high on Michael Chandler because he has done them a lot of favors. So I think if you are committed to fighting Conor McGregor again, you do the Michael Chandler fight. Again, if there's any fight in this division that has somewhat of name value that he could conceivably win, it would be Michael Chandler. So that is it for matchmaking and seeing where we go from here. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below.